You've been in Vietnam for weeks, maybe months. The food is incredible. The people are warm. The cost of living is unbelievably low. And then it hits you. Your visa is about to expire, so you hop online, you search for how to extend a Vietnam visa. And suddenly you're swimming in confusing answers, outdated blog posts, and conflicting advice from Facebook groups. Some travelers think it's simple. Just walk into an immigration office, pay a fee, and stay longer, right? Wrong. In 2026, not every Vietnam visa can be extended. Some can't be extended at all. Some people have been forced to leave the country with almost no notice. Others overstayed their visa and got hit with fines, bans, and serious immigration problems. The biggest mistake travelers make? They assume extending a Vietnam visa is easy, and they wait until it's almost too late. In this video, I'm going to break everything down for you, clearly, step by step, so you know exactly what to do, what to avoid, and how to stay in Vietnam legally for as long as you want. Let's get into it. Vietnam's visa rules have changed dramatically in recent years. Back in 2023, Vietnam extended the e-visa validity to 90 days, making it one of the most generous tourist visas in Southeast Asia. Vietnam also expanded its visa-free policy, now allowing citizens from dozens of countries to enter without any visa at all and stay for up to 45 days. On the surface, it sounds amazing, and it is. But here's the problem. With these new rules came new confusion. Can you extend a 90-day e-visa? Can you extend a visa-free entry? What happens if you need more time? Most travelers don't know the answers to these questions until it's too late. If you don't understand Vietnam's visa extension rules, you risk overstaying your visa, paying heavy fines, or even being blacklisted from re-entering the country. This video is going to cover everything: which visas can be extended, how to do it, how much it costs, and what your best options are if an extension isn't possible. Stay until the end. I'll also show you the smartest ways to stay in Vietnam legally for months at a time. Okay, let's start with the most important question. Can you extend your Vietnam visa in 2026? The short answer is yes, but it depends on what type of visa you have. Not all Vietnam visas are extendable. Some can be extended easily, some can be extended with conditions, and some cannot be extended at all. Even when your visa type is eligible for extension, approval is not guaranteed. Vietnam's immigration department reviews each application on a case-by-case basis. They look at factors like your reason for staying longer, your travel history in Vietnam, and whether your paperwork is in order. And here's something many travelers don't realize. This is where a lot of travelers get confused, because the visa extension process in Vietnam is not handled online. You cannot simply go to a website, fill out a form, and get an extension. You need to physically submit your passport and paperwork to a Vietnam immigration office, or you need to go through a licensed visa agent or sponsor. Which brings us to the most important section of this video: knowing exactly which visa you have and what your options are. Yes, but it depends. Let's go through each visa type one by one. First, the traditional tourist visa. This is the visa sticker physically placed in your passport, issued at a Vietnamese consulate or embassy before you travel. Tourist visas can sometimes be extended for an additional 15 to 30 days, but this is not automatic. You'll need to apply through a visa agent or the immigration office, and approval depends on your circumstances. If you entered on a single-entry tourist visa, you typically need to leave Vietnam and return with a new visa. Multiple entry tourist visas give you more flexibility. You can do a visa run, re-enter Vietnam, and your new entry period begins fresh. Second, the business visa. This is the DN visa category. Business visas are generally easier to extend than tourist visas. They can often be extended for 30, 60, or even 90 days, sometimes multiple times. However, you need a Vietnamese company or sponsor to apply for the extension on your behalf. If you're working remotely, freelancing, or doing business in Vietnam, this is often the best long-term visa option. Third, the e-visa. This is the most common visa for tourists entering Vietnam in 2026. Vietnam's e-visa allows a maximum stay of 90 days per entry. It's available to citizens of most countries, applied for online through the official Vietnam Immigration Department website. Here's the critical point. The Vietnam e-visa cannot be officially extended inside the country. Once your 90 days are up, you must leave Vietnam. The most common strategy is a visa run, leaving Vietnam briefly to a neighboring country like Thailand, Cambodia, or Laos, and then re-entering on a fresh e-visa. Some travelers have reported being able to pay for a stay extension through a third-party agent, but this is legally questionable and not recommended. Fourth, visa-free entry, also called visa exemption. Citizens of over 45 countries can currently enter Vietnam without any visa and stay for up to 45 days. This includes nationals from Germany, France, the UK, Spain, Italy, South Korea, Japan, and many others. However, and this is very important, visa-free entry cannot be extended. There is no mechanism to extend a visa-free stay. Once your 45 days are up, you must leave Vietnam. Your options are: do a visa run and re-enter on another 45-day visa-free stay, or apply for a proper e-visa or tourist visa before your next entry for a longer stay. Before we talk about the step-by-step extension process, I want to clear up one major point of confusion that trips up a lot of travelers. There's a big difference between a visa extension and a visa renewal. A visa extension means you stay inside Vietnam and apply to have your existing visa's validity increased. You don't leave the country. Your passport gets a new stamp showing an extended expiry date. This is possible for certain visa types, mainly business visas and some tourist visas, and requires going through the immigration office or a licensed agent. A visa renewal, or visa run, means you leave Vietnam, cross into a neighboring country, and then re-enter Vietnam on a fresh visa. This is the strategy for e-visa holders and visa-free travelers who cannot extend inside the country. The most popular destinations for a Vietnam visa run are 1. Thailand, specifically Bangkok or Chiang Mai, just a short flight from major Vietnamese cities. 2. Cambodia. You can cross the land border at Moc Bai from Ho Chi Minh City, get a new e-visa, and return the same day or next day. 3. Laos, a popular option from northern Vietnam, especially from Hanoi. The Lao Bao or Nam Phao land border crossings are commonly used. A visa run typically takes 1 to 3 days and costs anywhere from $50 to $200 depending on your destination and how you travel. Many long-term Vietnam residents do visa runs every 90 days to maintain legal status without ever needing a formal visa extension. If your visa type is eligible for an extension, such as a business visa or certain tourist visas, here is the step-by-step process. Step 1. Check if your visa is eligible for extension. Look at your visa stamp or e-visa approval letter. Check the visa category, DL for tourist, DN for business. If you're unsure, contact a visa agent. Step 2. Prepare your documents. You'll typically need your original passport, a temporary residence registration document. That's the paper your hotel or landlord files with the local police ward office. Your visa application form and passport-sized photos. Important. Temporary residence registration is mandatory in Vietnam. Your hotel does this automatically. But if you're staying in a private rental, your landlord must register your stay at the local police ward office. Without this document, your visa extension application will be rejected. Step 3. Find a sponsor or visa agent. For a business visa extension, you need a Vietnamese company as your sponsor. For tourist visa extensions, you can go through a licensed visa agency. Many operate in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang. Step 4. Submit your application to the immigration office. The main immigration offices are Hanoi Immigration Office, located at 40 Hang Bai Street, Hoan Kim District. Ho Chi Minh City Immigration Office, 333 Nguyen Tri Street, District 1. Da Nang Immigration Department, 7 Tran Quy Cap Street. You can also submit through a visa agent, which is more convenient if you don't speak Vietnamese. Step 5. Wait for processing. Standard processing takes 5 to 7 working days. Urgent processing is faster but costs more. More on pricing in the next section. Step 6. Collect your passport with the extension stamp. Your passport will be returned with a new stamp showing your extended permitted stay. Double-check the date before leaving the office. Let's talk about money and time. Processing time for a Vietnam visa extension is typically 5 to 7 working days for standard service. That means if you submit on a Monday, expect to get your passport back the following Wednesday or Thursday, at best. If you need it faster, immigration offices and most visa agents offer urgent or express processing. This can reduce processing time to 2 to 3 days, but costs significantly more. As for the cost, it varies depending on your visa type. For a standard tourist visa extension, expect to pay roughly $25 to $50 in government fees. For a business visa extension, costs range from $50 to $150, depending on the duration requested and whether a sponsor is required. If you're using a visa agent, which most travelers do, add an agency service fee on top, typically $20 to $50. Urgent or same-day processing can add another $30 to $80. Here's the golden rule. Apply for your extension at least 1 to 2 weeks before your visa expires. Never wait until the last moment. If there's a processing delay, you could be in overstay territory. And that comes with serious consequences. Okay, this is the section you really do not want to skip. What happens if you overstay your Vietnam visa in 2026? Short answer, nothing good. Vietnam charges daily fines for visa overstays. The fine amount depends on how long you overstayed, but it starts immediately from the day after your visa expires. A short overstay of a few days can cost you 500,000 to 1,500,000 Vietnamese dong. That's roughly 20 to 60 US dollars. Longer overstays, weeks or months, result in much higher fines and trigger more serious consequences. When you try to leave Vietnam with an expired visa, you will be flagged at the airport or border checkpoint. You'll be directed to an immigration officer. You'll need to pay all accumulated fines before you're allowed to board your flight. In some cases, travelers have missed their flights because of the time needed to process the fines and paperwork. For significant overstays, generally considered more than 30 days, Vietnamese immigration has the authority to issue an entry ban. This can prevent you from re-entering Vietnam for 1 year, 3 years, or in serious cases, indefinitely. This is not a theoretical risk. It happens. If you realize you have overstayed your visa, do not simply try to leave and hope for the best. The best course of action is to go directly to the immigration office, explain your situation, and pay the required fines voluntarily. Attempting to exit without addressing an overstay can result in being detained at the border until the matter is fully resolved. Let me walk you through the most common mistakes travelers make with Vietnam visa extensions, so you can avoid every single one of them. Mistake 1. Waiting until the visa expires to start the process. Remember, extensions take 5 to 7 working days. If you start the process on the day your visa expires, you're already in overstay territory before it's processed. Start at least 1 to 2 weeks early. Mistake 2. Assuming visa-free entry can be extended. It cannot. Period. No matter what you read in a forum from 2019, visa-free entry in Vietnam is 45 days. No extension possible in 2026. Plan for a visa run or apply for an e-visa before your next entry. Mistake 3. Not registering temporary residence. Every foreigner staying in Vietnam must be registered with the local police ward office. Hotels do this automatically. Private rentals, only if your landlord files the paperwork. Without this registration, your visa extension will be denied. Mistake 4. Not checking your visa type before trying to extend. Your visa type determines everything. Don't assume. Check your passport stamp or e-visa approval. Know whether you have a DL tourist visa, a DN business visa, or a simple visa-free stamp. Mistake 5. Doing the visa run too late. If you're planning a visa run, don't leave it until the last 2 or 3 days before expiry. Flights can be delayed, border crossings can be slow. Give yourself at least 5 days of buffer. All right, let's end on a positive note. Here are the smartest strategies for staying in Vietnam legally for as long as you want. Option 1. Apply for the 90-day e-visa from the start. If you're planning a long trip, don't enter on visa-free and scramble later. Apply for the 90-day e-visa before you arrive. It gives you maximum stay time from day 1. Option 2. Plan your visa run before expiry. A quick trip to Cambodia, Thailand, or Laos resets your entry clock. Budget $50 to $200 and 1 to 3 days. Many long-term Vietnam residents do this every 90 days without issue. Option 3. Get a business visa with a sponsor. If you're working remotely, freelancing, or running any kind of business in Vietnam, a DN business visa with a local company sponsor is your best bet. It's extendable, renewable, and designed for longer stays. Option 4. Use a reputable visa agency. For visa extensions, renewals, or anything involving Vietnamese immigration paperwork, a licensed visa agent saves you time, reduces the risk of rejection, and handles the translation and submission for you. Fees are reasonable, typically $20 to $50. Option 5. Never overstay. I know it sounds obvious, but it's worth repeating. The stress, the fines, the risk of a ban, none of it is worth it. Stay on top of your visa dates. Set a phone alarm for 2 weeks before expiry. Take action early. Let's bring it all together. Vietnam is an incredible country to explore, live in, and keep coming back to. But navigating the visa rules requires attention. Here's what you need to remember from this video. Number 1. Not all Vietnam visas can be extended. Business visas and some tourist visas can be extended. E-visas and visa-free entries generally cannot. Number 2. The extension process requires physical paperwork, a sponsor or agent, and takes 5 to 7 working days. Apply early. Number 3. If you can't extend, your best option is a visa run to a neighboring country, or re-entering on a fresh 90-day e-visa. Number 4. Overstaying your visa leads to daily fines, airport problems, and possible entry bans. It is never worth the risk. Number 5. The absolute best option for long-term stays in Vietnam in 2026 is either a business visa with renewal or a strategy of back-to-back 90-day e-visas with planned visa runs. And I'll leave you with this. The biggest mistake travelers make with Vietnam visas is waiting until it's too late. Don't be that person scrambling at the airport. Plan ahead, know your visa type, and give yourself time to take action before your visa expires. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help more travelers find this information when they need it. Subscribe for more Vietnam travel guides, visa updates, and everything you need to make the most of your time in this amazing country. I'll see you in the next one.